Greetings, everybody. So I've been working on a Twitch extension to allow viewers to change the camera on my stream. Ask PitGirl to change the camera through a HTML web interface in a panel, as opposed to the Twitch chat messages that are there now. Um, so it's experimental, but I'm at a point where I'd like to submit it. I've had users testing it, and I think it's pretty much ready to go. So right now, let's switch to the desktop. This is my extension console. We've got the chatbot stuff and we've got the extension. If we go into the extension, manage it. It's funny, when I come to this page for the first time, it often doesn't show it as being on hosted test, but if I reload the page, it shows correctly. It is on hosted test now, and I've been testing it with a handful of users. If we come down here, right now it's not installed, so if we click on this button to view on Twitch and install, we'll put it on my stream. So this is the little page that's about it. This is a little view of what the form looks like when it's active. So we can go ahead and install the extension. It says it's been installed, and if we configure it, this is what I get as a list of like all the cameras. So you could deselect some if you wanted to limit what there was. But for right now, we'll run with the full complement of cameras. When you submit the cameras, it updates this little text here with a timestamp and stuff just to echo that it got the confirmation and that the configuration has been changed. So we've installed and configured the extension, but we need to activate it by putting it in a panel. So right now we'll put it in as panel 1, and it's active. So if we switch to another view, so this will work. We can see up here the simulation, and down here is the actual gaming rig. If I move some of these windows out of the way, open up a new browser window for Twitch. So this will be a little meta. We're looking at my stream right there on the stream. Don't worry about the delays and stuff. It's all good. Rob's Twitch. Okay, so in any event, this is the panel where we installed the extension. And right now, the stream is active, but I intentionally did not start the voice attack instance that hosts the plugin that has the WebSocket server that the extension talks to. So if anybody ever brings up my page when I'm not actually streaming and PitGirl isn't running, this is what they'll see. And the goal is to just have, some informative text about PitGirl commands and what you can do. And what it's talking about here is the chat commands. But if we go back up to the stream PC and we start voice attack, so voice attack is now running, and look at that. The page changed so that we now have set camera to chase, and some slightly different but still informative text about PitGirl and what there is. So if I close voice attack, the page changes and it goes back to just the information. We open voice attack back up, and it's active. So that's fully intentional. I only want to have, the form presented when it's possible for viewers to use it. And it polls like every 2 seconds when it's inactive. So in any event, if we say PitGirl set camera to chase, and we click on it, the camera changed to chase. We get output in the Twitch chat where she echoes out the command that you would use as a user. So PitGirl set camera to chase, and then she includes the username that requested it. And then the rest of it is all working as if it was coming from the Twitch chat. So she echoes that she's going to do it and that everything was good. And then you get a cooldown. So The way the cooldowns work is a user gets a 90-second cooldown when they execute a command, but the camera system itself only gets a 60-second cooldown. So if another user wanted to change the cameras, they could do that 60 seconds after the first attempt, but not the user who made the original request can't do it for 90 seconds. So the goal is to make it so that one user can't just monopolize the system or spam it. So let's log in with another user. Well, actually, Crossadog, you're on the stream. You got okay. Crossadog, it's now okay as far as the timing and stuff. Do another camera change or something. So Crossadog just changed it to gyro. Now we can see that it in fact did change to gyro, and it reset the user the cooldown to be 60 seconds. I'm a game designer. I'm going to try and figure out all the edge cases and stuff like that. So that's the way it works. Thank you, Crossadog. And if this user tries to do it from chat, so if they say PitGirl, set camera to shopper, I, as the broadcaster, have special permissions, so she does it anyway. But you can see here that the camera cooldown got reset to 60 seconds. So even if a user in chat changes the camera, all the users with the extension will get the new cooldown. So they can't actually do anything until the cooldown expires and the system is available again. So that's the extension. The only other thing, I don't know how important it is for the walkthrough to show, but if we look at the broadcaster, whatever you call this, the stream manager, there is the little extension plugin down here, and that just brings up the same configuration that we got when we did it initially. So I don't really have a difference between the initial configuration and live configuration. So we could change, so far chase is not an option. If we submit that, it got saved. If we come down here, you do have to reload the page to get any configuration changes. Even though the JavaScript callback says on change, it doesn't actually fire more than once when the page is loaded. But you can now see that we have rear chase, but we don't have far chase anymore. So that's the configuration working as far as like the streamer interface and the viewer interface staying in sync. So that's my Twitch plugin. Chat extension, whatever.